Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 26 with the Colorado Rockies. An unfortunate conclusion to our previous season cost us. We did make it to the postseason, but we were beaten in short order. So we did make the postseason. It just didn't turn out, and we're just gonna have to keep on plugging away. Probably. I thought we missed the postseason. Am I wrong? Oh no, we did make it. We absolutely made it. I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all. Either way, let's let's hope we can have a better performance than we did last season. We're still not close to making the World Series. If we do get there, though, I feel pretty good about what we're rocking pitching wise. Levy and Santa Cruz are both amazing. Roque in his rookie season showed that he can be a worthy addition. Edgar Castillo, I'm a little bit less sanguine about, but this is still a very good pitching staff. Very, very good. Let's begin by checking out. We need a new pitching coach. Is it Glendon Rush? It could be Glendon Rush. It absolutely could be Glendon Rush. But isn't get along well with Will Levy, and that's a big problem for me. Tim Olszewski, I think, is probably the guy. He's also personable, and we like that, so let's give him a promotion. There we go. Taking over in Double A. Probably Jason Dixon is a little bit better than Andrade, but Andrade is also much younger. I think having somebody more experienced like Dixon is valuable for Double A. And then we're going to promote Ryan Hernandez to being our short season, one of our short season. Oh, you don't want to pitch for Fred. You don't want to be the coach for Fresno. I wonder why not. I mean, I guess it's could be Frank Graham. And nah, between Frank Graham and Billy Ashley, I guess I'll pick Billy Ashley. I wonder why he doesn't want to be promoted. Maybe he just likes working in the summer league. It's possible. So we're going to need a new pitching coach for the rookie league and a new hitting coach for the rookie league. Rodney Nair is just a fantastic coach, period. I've got a feeling, even if we somehow manage to stumble upon him, we won't be able to keep him for long. We're going to take Dadney Reyes if he will accept a promotion there. All right. Let's work on our player development lab now. Rodarte is going to be playing an increasingly large role in the future here. We need to make sure that he's as good as he can be. And then he's working on his gap power. Matt Mittman also needs to work on probably his batting eye. Daniel Olson, keep working on control, my dude. That's pretty important to me. Bob Long, control. Now let's look at our regular prospects and see who we can improve farther down the order here. David Bennett needs control. Phil Harbor needs control. Danny Gonzalez has potential to be an excellent piece to this club in the very near future. What would help him be more effective offensively is probably plate discipline. And John Kazor's got to do something, or he runs the risk of not even making this club. I'm going to have you work on your secondary pitches, Johan. All right, let's talk arbitration. Talk about player development here. Sandy Ozuna, thank you for your years of service. Goodbye. Charlie Condon wants a pretty substantial raise. And I don't think we can afford it. I think trusting a 32-year-old to continue to be a big-time producer when 2 of the last 3 years he's been barely above replacement level seems like a very poor risk to me. We're definitely going to give him the qualifying offer. That's not even a debate. But I expect we probably don't end up keeping him. He probably goes to a different team, makes a lot more money, and is generally happier there, I suppose. Now, whether that means Rodarte plays first, whether that means Mittman plays first, whether that means we find somebody that we can rely upon, I don't know. But these two guys are definitely gone. If Sanders didn't want to come back for like $1 million, I would consider it, but I think his time has passed. And so I think we focus on the future. Ruben Santa Cruz wants a lot of money. And this is actually a very, very good deal for us. I think we just take this deal right now. It's cost certainty, and if he's anywhere near as good as he was last year, we are getting a fantastic deal. That's an easy decision for me. Not a second of hesitation. Aronson, we could definitely bring him back. He had a pretty good season. So did Gary Cruz. I kind of keep this bullpen together as much as possible because it is this team's like hidden strength. Although we're actually just a really good team from top to bottom. The only guy here we might not keep is Fermin. That's going to be something we have to think about. All right. Fermin is a pretty good center fielder, and that I think is his biggest value right now. While technically Travis Cooper can play center, he's not as good at it as Fermin is. And I think that alone is probably worth giving Fermin another year. Because last year he was hurt a lot. And the other consideration is I don't really have an obvious center field candidate. Vince Powers is a good hitter, but he's not really a center fielder. Tom Remy definitely. Yeah, Remy, Wadlington, and Kaiser all need to be kept. All three of you are going to get designated for assignment. I mean, Ozuna, I can just cut you. Oh, do the fans really, really like Sandy Ozuna? Is that something I missed? Oh, I guess he was a jerk. Well, fine. Alright. Remy, Wadlington, Kaiser. I guess the question is who plays first base with Condon gone? I don't have an obvious candidate for that position. Angel Mercado is not very good. I would think some of these guys, even if we did lose them, they would end up coming back to us. Yeah. Let's see what happens as we get closer to the Rule 5 draft, and then I'll decide from there who we actually keep and who we let go. $150,000. I am. I'm a little bummed out that the Blue Jays didn't win the World Series this year. I was pulling for them. My general rooting interest is pretty straightforward. If my team is in the postseason, I root for them. Otherwise, I root for somebody who hasn't won the championship before. If they have won the championship before, whoever hasn't won it in the longest um since the whatchacolumns just won last year, the Dodgers. I kind of didn't want them to win again, but I'm not that. Yeah, this is what I thought was going to happen. Mr. Nye here is too damn good to be a minor league coach. So very intelligently, he is holding out for a better deal. He can be a pitching coach for the major leagues. Brian Burks is okay. I think I favor Baron Stewart a little bit more, though. Because he's got a nicer mix of development and mechanics. It's not just purely mechanics. Good lord, bro. Quite right. Quite right. I want Eda to DH. I mean, he had a great season, and I think if we can just start keeping him fucking healthy, that's going to play a pretty big role in our success. That's almost the most important thing that has to happen this season. U3 can return to the minors. That's fine. I want to keep Shi and Kai because he's got a much more well-rounded thing here. Altamari and Pickett, I don't care about. They both have far too ineffective control for me to trust them. So I'm going to quickly try to swap them for other prospects that are maybe a bit farther away. Hmm. Hmm. Ezekiel Navarro is okay. It's not the worst offer I've seen. Juan Hernandez is okay. There's a lot of okay here, but I'm not seeing a lot of good players here. Virgilio Mangoni is just a pitcher. Let me add actually both pitchers. Who was the other guy that we were wanting to get rid of? Altamare here. Let's see if that... Oh, I can't add the same person twice. Who's the other dude? Pickett. I pretty much just get the exact same offers. Can I get a prospect package? This deal makes a ton of sense to me. That's 4 players for 2 players, 2 of whom are very, very flawed. Sanchez is pretty good. Alonso is a nice little piece. Daniel Gonzalez is pretty good. This is a straight up upgrade. Done. No, watch, all those guys are probably also Rule 5s. Okay, they're not good. Um, I'm not 100% convinced that this is the outfield I want to roll with. So we could keep Kessner, we could keep Carino, we could keep Powers. Danny Gonzalez has played 2 full seasons in AAA. Dan Salas did nothing noteworthy. Wait, Daniel Gonzalez is traded for you. You can go to the minors. Does anybody want Dan Salas? Two people, both of them would go on my 40-man, is not what I'm looking for. I'm gonna try to sneak you through waivers, my friend. And then Danny Gonzalez is going to be our backup catcher. This opens up enough room for me to add either Kessner or Mercado. And I like Kessner much better than Mercado. And then between Powers and Carino, I think I like Powers slightly better. Pat Demers is okay. The thing is that Carino could credibly play center field without embarrassing himself, which Powers really can't. Maybe I just leave them both available and see what happens. There could also be a very exciting free agent, so... Yeah, this was definitely an important trade for me. Taking 2 pitchers I was probably going to lose anyway, and getting 4 players, even though those players aren't very good either. Oh, the Reds really like Dan Salas. Okay, fine. Yasukawa and Tovar won Gold Gloves. I think that's Tovar's first, isn't it? It's his second. 11 years apart. That's wild, man. That's awesome, though. I feel pretty confident that Mr. Yasukawa is going to easily win Rookie of the Year. Got Stewart locked up. Amazing. The Reds took Dan Salas. He's not a bad player, but what he is he's the perfect backup catcher is what he is. That's what he is. Yeah, Yasukawa also won a Silver Slugger. So I feel pretty confident. Oh, so did Ida. Nice. I feel pretty confident though that we're gonna see a new Rookie of the Year. Nice. Well done, Yasukawa. Oh, because you did get Rookie of the Year unanimously. That's a pretty awesome year. I wonder if he has any chance of getting MVP. Probably not. That's probably too much. But I bet he probably easily finishes top 10, right? Like, it would be surprising if he didn't at least get some consideration. Charlie Condon I forgot about Fermin entirely. So I'm glad that we kept him. I didn't offer Pineda a contract, did I? I apparently offered it like right before I must have done it right before I signed off. In the last video. I don't remember that at all. This is my bad. I should have got his contract sorted, but I didn't. Player development and scouting are both have a bigger budget. Let's max out scouting, actually. This gives me $9 million, so if there is somebody that we want to add on, we can. It means Condon is gone, but I had a feeling Condon was gone anyway. Like, I don't really see how we could have kept him. Unless his price drops pretty drastically, which I don't think it will. I mean, if it does, I'm the first one in line. 100%. Yeah, Condon is willing to take a pay cut, but it's not enough of one for me to be able to keep him. Yeah, even $18 million is too much for him. Here's what I'm willing to offer you. That's what I'm willing to offer you. If you take this deal, I'm perfectly content with it. Especially because I don't think anyone else is ready yet. So this is a deal I could get excited about. But I think they're probably going to get more than one person like fighting over you. Prey has played in the majors and is therefore inappropriate. Mason Albright, I remember you. I ended up trading you to get Chase Brunson and Jason Atkinson, who also ended up being nothing. Well, not all the deals work out, right? Interesting. Condon re-signed for a lot less money. That's a huge win for me. Game, you're doing the thing again. But Condon is most definitely good enough at $13 million with the ability to get out of this contract if he doesn't have a bounce back year in him. And he is appreciably better than Mittman or Rodarte at this moment. If our goal is to win the World Series in the near future, he's a much better fit than trusting a rookie that hasn't proven worthy of said trust. I almost certainly don't want David Martinez. I do not. That's actually an outright steal for Canarella. That's a really good bargain. I kind of wish now that I had remembered him because I would have kept him around for that money. Oh well. He can't win them all, I guess. John Keisler is excelling. Love to see it. Rule 5, I still have a spot open on the roster. I can make more spots if I need to. I could always say waive Nick Wagner. But let's see who's around and who actually interests me. I lost Edgar Jimenez. Jimenez is okay. Jimenez definitely doesn't suck. Maybe I should have tried to keep him, but I don't think it hurts that much. Chris Willis is a strong possibility. I wish he threw a little bit harder, but I like everything else about him. There's a definite possibility to grab Chris Willis here. Cade Fitchett is not the kind of guy I'm looking for. Could get Eric Pickett. No, I think we very strongly consider Chris Willis. In terms of starting pitchers that I trust at this point, Bob Long is not ready for the majors. Bobby Rivera is not healthy. Roque, Levy, Castillo, and Santa Cruz are a pretty good start. And I guess Willie Alvarez isn't the worst, but I do think somebody like Mr. Willis here is a pretty good fit. Let's grab him. Are there any interesting hitters? I mean, there's a plethora of first basemen, but I'm not really seeing any good center fielders, which is one position I'd like a little bit of depth at. Steve Bowman actually is a reasonable fit as a center fielder. He's better than Nick Wagner, so I will happily waive Nick Wagner, and I will claim him as well. What's that guy's name again? Bowman. Yeah, alright. Done. And then I think that's it for me. I think I got the players that I wanted. And I don't really think there's anybody else that I care about. I'm surprised Edgar Jimenez got taken. Man, Jaden McGowan actually wouldn't have been that good. Never mind. Wagner skates through. I expected he probably would. This has been a relatively good offseason. I don't know that we're making huge inroads into having a better team, but I don't know that we're not either. Like, I do think we have actually made some pretty valuable deals this offseason. I think Xavier Morales is the one that used to be mine. Yeah, he turned out into a pretty good first baseman. That's fun. Edwin Brito. How has he done since I let him go? Not very well. I think he's just not that good. I mean, I wish him well with the Twins. I don't dislike the guy, but like he just was never going to fit here. Oh, I forgot to vote. Frankie Lindor made the Hall of Fame. That's cool. Oh, you know what I didn't forget though is I didn't forget that if I have extra money, I can put it into player development. I don't really have extra money. Noted. Noted. I just don't want Mitch Voigt, and I don't know why you keep thinking he's the answer to all of my problems. He's quite literally the answer to none of my problems. I can't fathom a question that Mitch Voigt is a valid answer to. I truly can't. Personal message. Preseason begins. I don't really have any money to sign an international free agent this year. Too much of my money is just tied up in paying players. So, yeah. I would love for Danny Gonzalez to have a really good spring training this year. That would make me incredibly happy. Because then I can start easing Milam out of the team. I'm not going to... If I sign anybody, it's going to be somebody for cheap. Even if they're a lesser prospect because I just don't have the money. I know I have $6.2 million, but I don't have that kind of money to spend. I guess I can ask. Can you play center field well at all? You really can't. Marco Laura is a little bit better. They only ever give me my scout, nerds. Um, right. Front office, scouting, international. No. That's international. All players. If you're 18, you get promoted. I forgot about Alex Diaz. I'm really excited about him. Yeah, you won't let me spend that much. I didn't think you would. Does anyone have good defensive potential? Javi Martinez does. Javi Martinez will probably not sign with me. I mean, I can ask, right? And if I don't get him, I don't get him. Yeah, you won't even consider it. That's unfortunate, but unsurprising. Negretti here is probably more my speed. Even you think you deserve 3.6 million? Good lord. I'll offer Mr. Ocone and Mr. Samard here a contract. And if I get them, I get them. And if I don't, I don't. It doesn't really change much. That's a bummer. There's some really, really good players in that international class. I don't have any money. Don't have any money. Edgar Castillo's throwing harder. Chris Willis is getting worse already. I love that for us. Love that. Willie Alvarez is trying to get better. That's cute. Yasukawa's getting better. That's awesome. Nothing else too crazy here. Okay, fine. We got both Ocone and Simard. Wait, Simard is a perfectly fine outfielder. Why? You know what? I'm not going to question it. Game. Gamay. Gameamea. But yeah, I was pulling for the Blue Jays. There's also a shockingly large number of former Guardians on the Blue Jays, which I was excited about. Like Ernie Clement and Andres Jimenez and Miles Straw. Guys that all had a bigger or smaller role to play on our team, but who just never quite measured up. So I was excited to see them get a chance on a different team. I don't really want to run only 2 catchers in spring training, so I guess Mr. Ware here, you're going to get a chance to do some spring training work for us. Ortega, Zapata, Swain, Pineda, maybe. McCann, maybe. Martinez, Morales. I feel like a quick trip to spring training for Mr. Arguello here might be well received. Even though I don't expect him to make the major leagues, I think it's still a reward for his hard work. Alex Diaz, get the fuck out of the rookie league. Welcome to A-Ball. David Bennett isn't quite as advanced as Alex Diaz is, so he can hang out. Powers, Carr, Garcia, Samula, Harry, Eric the Griffin of Gryffindor. Carino, Frausto, Kurt Norton 100% gets spring training reps. I'm not saying that Kurt Norton's going to make the roster, but he is a two-way player that's actually a fairly good hitter. So he's got a chance. He's definitely going to Double A. That's not even a question. That's an answer. He's going to Double A. Bill Gandara can be promoted, I guess. I don't have a problem with him being promoted. And then Andy Sanchez. There we go. At your 16. In spring training, we're going to run a 6-man rotation. I don't get pitching Pineda when he's not going to make the team, but I guess it doesn't hurt anything if we give him a chance to make the roster. No, fuck you, game. Castillo is getting that spot. I have very high hopes for him, and I want him to actually get meaningful reps. Pineda is going to make it or he's not on his own accord. That's not the issue here. Steve Bowman at center field, huh? We can try it. This looks really good. Maybe not ideal, but really good. And we're still getting lots and lots of practice for the other players on the team, which is very welcome. Let's simulate some spring training games here. Only John Keisler got better? That's funny. That's really funny. Three weeks, Danny Roque is going to be day-to-day. We're just going to shut him down. He is fairly important, and I don't want him to get hurt worse. So we can let him relax. Dan Morales, I'll be perfectly honest with you, you're just going to go to spring training. You're just going to go to the minors. Tom Remy is improving substantially. The loss in velocity doesn't bother me. Scott Wadlington is a tiny bit worse. Crawford is getting substantially better in the future. Jose Arguello has actually improved substantially in his brute time in spring training. We'd love to see that. Some nice improvements here. Very nice improvements. Cool. Tigers would offer me Steve Campione. All I'm doing is giving them some money. I don't hate it. We can do it. Like, I have the extra money in my bonus pool, so I don't care. Sure, I guess. It's just money. Roque back already. Amazing. Fantabulous. Bobby Rivera, my dude, I think you're just cooked. Like, you cannot stay healthy. And that's basically made you of zero interest to me. I will probably trade you or even consider releasing you the second that you are healthy. I think there was a moment when Bobby Rivera could have been a frontliner in this rotation, and then he just can't stay healthy. It is completely impossible for him to even consider staying healthy. All right. I've got a lot of players that have to be demoted. Start with the pitchers. Johnny Anderson has given me 2 back-to-back years of competent pitching. I value that more than what somebody might do. Arguello is going to AA. Josh Campbell is going to the minors. He can go to AAA, I guess. Shilin Kai is 21. I think he can pitch in AAA. I think that's fair. Bob Long is going to go to AAA. David Martinez is going to go to AA. Pizzulo to AA. Sanchez gone. Wadlington gone. Ward gone. I think Willis is also gone. I think Willis chose the wrong time to lose all of his capabilities. The thing is that what Chris Willis does, like 5 other people on a roster can do just about as well, so I think we say goodbye to him. 5 more pitchers still have to go. Okay, fine. Pineda, we're just going to set him free. If I don't need Kaiser to start, and I don't, I think I'd rather send him back to AAA. So I will. Alright, what are we at now? 16 pitchers? Oh, Kurt Norton is included. Kurt Norton is included. Let me demote him now, so I don't forget about him. I think you go to AA. I think that's your path forward, my friend. Alright, now I only have 15 pitchers left. Are there any position players that pitch? No. Okay, so 2 more pitchers gotta go. They must depart. I think Dave Crawford has to make the team, or he goes to AAA. But he's been to AAA for 3 consecutive years. I think keeping him in the majors is probably what has to happen. So I think Johnny Anderson probably goes to the minors. And then I think we say goodbye to Fernando Romero. It's either Romero or Russell. Maybe it should be Romero. Maybe. I think I will demote Romero just because Russell has better movement. So if I can't demote him, I will trade him. Because I have a feeling that if I try to sneak him through waivers, someone else is going to claim him. Because that's what I would do. If you could play center field well, I would be much more inclined to take you, Mr. Gonzalez. Brian Baker is an okay first baseman. Alberto Cigueros is pretty good too. I'm going to try to grab Baker and Juan Gonzalez and see if I can get both of them. Can I get one more dude? Jose Jimenez? You like it a lot? Great. Pete Adams is a garbage tier defender, so I don't have any interest in him. I would take on Manny Cruz. I would. No. I'll just make this trade. Fernando Romero's nothing special, so this is an okay pitching staff. Danny Roque 100% gets his rotation spot back. It's just a question now of who gets kicked out of the rotation, Keller or Alvarez. Neither one of you fills me with confidence. I guess I like Alvarez slightly better. Does Dave Crawford have that good a stamina? Not really. Let's just make you a middle reliever then. I like Tom Remy a lot. I definitely will trust him once he gets some time under his belt. But I think he could be an excellent addition to this bullpen. Aronson was really good. Cruz is pretty solid. And then we got Crawford, Olsen, Russell, and Remy with Barry Keller as our starter. 5-man rotation. Alvarez gets a fifth spot. I'll be pretty honest with you. I'm not super enamored of Willie Alvarez starting for this team. And I do value what Kaiser worked on in the offseason, but I think we're still better off letting him pitch in AAA and then calling him up if somebody gets hurt. I think that's still the right path. All right, guys. Still got to get a lot of people here. Carry to the minors. Where to the minors? Griffin to AA. All right, Matt Mittman has never played in AAA. We're going to fix that. He's going to play in AAA this year. Does anybody at all want Isaiah Swain? Anybody? Because I have no desire to keep him. And if I have to, I will just release him. Goodbye, Swain. Samula I like in case something happens to Colin Ritchie. I think Samula offers a reasonable amount of offense. So we're going to send you to AAA. Zapata goes to AA. Miguel Ortega still has enough interest to me that I don't want to lose him yet, so we'll send him to AAA. So this is our infield. Condon, Rodarte, Yasukawa, Ritchie, Brewer, and Tovar. Probably too many infielders, but we'll figure it out. Outfield is banana. All right. Powers to AAA. Garcia to AAA. Frausto to AA. Carino to AA. McCain to AAA. So got to get rid of four more players. Kessner has never played above high A, so he's going to go to double A. Jeff Carr. Let me send you to AAA, actually. I think you've earned a promotion. If I'm picking between May or Ullery to play right field, it's going to be May. Six outfielders is too many. It's either going to be Cooper or Firmina sent out, and I think it's going to be Cooper. I still think Cooper maybe has another gear that he can discover with a better season in AAA, so let's send him there. Here's a 26. I'll worry about the lineups here in a second. Now I want to get sorted out with my minor league systems. Alright, who from high A needs to be promoted? Bill Gandera, done. Andy Sanchez or AAA, done. I don't want Norton in AAA yet, but I'm very, very close. Same with Eric Griffin. I want him to stay in AA, so I guess it means Joe Ward gets promoted. That's fine. Cody Gannon can be promoted. I wish I could see more easily how people did last season, but I can't. Anybody from high A or low A that needs to be promoted? Oscar Crespo has earned a promotion to high A. That's solved. And then James Curzone, he also gets promoted. Done. I can still send somebody to double A. So if there's somebody who had an amazing year in A-Ball, I want to hear it. Blorn is fine. Juan Gonzalez is in AAA last year and actually struggled, so I think double A is probably the right level for him. And now this means I can promote, like, Nick Garza to high A. Arturo Chacon cannot be moved to the other DSL league, so I'm just going to delete him. Oh, could I move him to the other rookie team? No. Then I guess I'll just release him. Really? It's so weird, like, what rules there are. It's easy to forget them. Larry bin Faisal definitely needs to be given a spot. You can have Alberto Duran's spot. Jonathan Anderson is going to burn out if I don't promote him. Who is the lamest player in A-Ball? Or double A, or high A for that matter. I think he could handle either one. You're a 32 out of 33 that'll never throw strikes. Welcome up, Mr. Anderson. Sellers and McDowell need to be promoted as well. Especially Sellers, but especially McDowell. But especially Bart. Berto Ortiz is gone. Lupe Rodriguez is gone. Sellers is up. McDowell is up. Dank McFraniel. Jimmy Jones can be released. No, he's a catcher. I don't want to get rid of a catcher. If they have anything to offer us, I have to be cautious. Andy Doherty, get out of here. Alright. I still have too many people in this league. Let's just start cutting people. Well, I'll move who I can. If I can't move them, then... Alright, can you give me 6 people that I can slide over? I'm just grabbing people at random. There we go. We did it. David Pennant could be a very special pitcher. Alright. Let's get our lineup set. There is a world where Carlos Martinez is the leadoff guy. I definitely like Yasukawa hitting either first or second. Because of his... Ooh. If we did Yasukawa and then Martinez, then we're well set up to go into Ida, Condon, and whomever else. And Martinez had a genuinely good year last year. Like, if this is sitting at the top of my lineup, I'm pretty happy about it. I think Yasukawa leads off, and then Martinez hits second. I think that's how we open things up here. Alright. Hitting third is Ida playing DH. I know you're a very good outfielder. I want you to be healthy. And that means staying in the field. Condon plays first base and hits cleanup. Another game is like, let's bat Steve Bowman lead off. I don't trust him yet. I may not be far from trusting him, but I don't trust him right now. Milam hits fifth. Richie hits sixth. Then Tovar. Then May. And so the question now becomes, do we take Fermin or do we take Bowman as our starting center fielder? Let's do a little bit of a comparison between them. The better current hitter is Fermin. In the future, it could well be Bowman, but for right now, it's Fermin. Fermin is also much faster than Bowman. It's Fermin. It was always going to be Fermin. I don't know why I tricked myself into thinking that Bowman had a chance to start when I knew he didn't. Ah, well. I wish Rodarte wasn't right-handed. It would make it a lot easier for me to find an at-bat for him. Periodically, you're probably grumpy because you're not playing every day, which you think you deserve and which I don't disagree with. But for right this second, Condon is still the better choice. You could potentially replace Richie. That could happen. We could try that experiment. Let Rodarte play third base. Give Richie a break against tough lefties. He's about the same, actually. I think we just do the depth chart now and see where it takes us. Yeah, this is reasonable. I guess I should officially make you a former Rocky, shouldn't I, Fernando Romero? I guess that's the thing I should do. Guys, we have opening day upon us. I think this goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. We need Ida to be healthy all season. A healthy Ida just completely transforms this team in the very best possible ways. The very, very best. We now rank 13th. Nice. If Ida can't deliver, then we struggle a little bit. This is very similar to last year's roster. Very, very similar. Like in terms of notable rookies, we have Tom Remy, Dave Crawford. So 2 relievers are new. Steve Bowman from the Rule 5 draft is new. But this is basically last year's roster. And I'm not saying that as if it's a bad thing, because we just needed to be healthier last year. If Naganori Ida stays healthy, I think we can go back to the postseason. There's a very, very non-zero possibility that we let Ida walk at the end of this year. I truly think that is within the realm of possibility. I just think trusting a 36-year-old to be a top-tier player next year is not the best of risks. I recognize the moment he leaves, we're gutted and we don't have a top-tier hitter, but I do think guys like Rodarte have that in them. Like, there is definitely a version of Rodarte that is every bit as effective as Ida is. And that's a version that I want to see. So we may end up trading somebody just to give him more consistent playing time. Especially if Condon gets off to an ice-cold start, we probably start easing in Rodarte there, maybe. We have other great hitters that just aren't ready yet, like Matt Mittman, who I think is also a very excellent hitter. We have some really great pitching toward the top of the minors that can definitely get some looks if somebody falters. In the low minors, we have some otherworldly pitching, like Alex Diaz, Jose Arguello, and David Bennett, are like 3 genuine aces. Oscar Crespo right behind that. The low-key superstar of this team could be Danny Gonzalez. If Bryant Milam starts to decline a little bit, I can very easily see Danny Gonzalez taking over. For right now, I just like having him be the backup and learn from Milam and provide us with high quality plate appearances when he needs a day off. I also want Yasukawa to stay healthy. So both of my Japanese superstars here need to stay healthy if they can. I mean, Yasukawa literally finished second in... Oh no, that wasn't in the MVP voting. Where did you finish in the MVP voting, I wonder? I'm gonna check and then I forgot. Let's see, that happens in November. Okay, am I dumb? I might be dumb. Here we go. Yasukawa finished 5th. Very respectable. Very, very respectable. Nice. We want to keep turning over the older players in the roster over the next couple of seasons. I think our next target is probably Condon, and if not Condon, it's Tovar. Tovar really causes me concern because he's been very, very good, but I don't have a replacement. Like, I guess Robbie Brewer could play shortstop for us if he had to, but I think he's genuinely more useful to me as a utility guy. Who do we have actually that is ready to be a shortstop? Pat Demers is acceptable. Jonathan Anderson is decent, but he's pretty far away from the majors. Brian Ferguson is fine. Kurt Norton, I'll be honest with you, is probably a first baseman or an outfielder, plus being a pitcher. I don't really see him being any big position. So Norton's going to be interesting. Norton's going to be a very interesting kind of guy to figure out. For sure. Cesar Paniagua, man, could be a decent center fielder for. I almost called him Agua Man. Cute. He could be a pretty nice addition. Jeff Carr's pretty decent. We've got some really good pitching in this system. Very, very good. I'm very proud of our pitching. And we have elite hitting that just isn't ready yet. Danny Gonzalez and Dave Crawford are some of the top prospects that are going to start the year in the major leagues. Very exciting. Let's see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens in the next episode. So, not dissimilar from last year's roster, but with a lot of reinforcements ready and eager in the minor leagues. And we're going to start transitioning again with some of these older players to make sure that the new generation gets a chance to dominate while there's still a chance to do so. It all comes down to Ida. It's a good title for this video, actually. Or maybe the next video. I don't know. Either way, thank you very much for watching. You can witch too if you want, but definitely watch. Your viewership is always appreciated. Like and subscribe if you haven't already and you want to see more OOTP content. If you want to talk about the team or have any questions, feel free to post in the comments. And otherwise, I will see you in the next one, my friends. Thank you very much. This has been Abguardian, and I bid you good day.